It was one of those nights for the Pittsburgh Penguins here at PPG Paints Arena. Hi, I'm Dan Kingerski for Pittsburgh Hockey Now and on the National Hockey Now YouTube channel. The Penguins fired 50 shots on Canadiens goalie Jake Allen, but they lose 6-3. Normally when you fire 50 shots against a goalie, you're going to get a little bit more success. But as we get into the Penguins game, to lose a game to the Canadiens on home ice, that's one that's going to sting for just a little while. The Penguins really needed to win the game on Saturday night. Every 2 points counts. And when you get a team with just 5 wins this season, that is, it should be feast. The Penguins did put 50 on Jake Allen. And as Mike Sullivan said, it was one of those nights we just couldn't find the back of the net. Now, let's talk about why. Let's talk about how the Canadiens got a 3-1 lead. They did score a few empty net goals, so we're not going to count those. How they got to a 3-1 lead and why the Penguins were trailing 3-1. Let's start a little bit with the tactical breakdown, the chalkboard, if you will. The Montreal Canadiens really did a good job of traveling in packs of 5 against the Penguins, especially in the first 2 periods. What you saw, I'm going to take these off. What you saw was Montreal a lot of times collapse 4 and sometimes even 5 defenders into the low zone. This kind of flooded the Penguins. It swarmed them. It took away options. It took away a lot of the things that the Penguins wanted to do. That also created turnovers. And while the Penguins were getting shots, it was a little bit haphazard. It was scatter shot. The Penguins began to kind of chuck the puck at the net rather than getting really good shots away on Jake Allen. The response to that, oftentimes when a team sends 5 guys low, that creates the low to high game. And the Penguins defensemen didn't really participate in that low to high game. Also, what the Penguins could have done more, the defensemen jumping into the rush. I asked Mike Matheson that very question, and he said, over the last couple of weeks, he's been doing an okay job, but he wants to get more in the rush. The Penguins needed that extra stick. They were outnumbered down low, and they were outnumbered even in the defensive zone. That's how Montreal got their 3 goals. Generally speaking, there was an extra Canadiens stick. That's why I say Montreal traveled in packs of 5 very well. They outnumbered the Penguins in those very crucial situations. Scoring chances, despite the shot advantage, 50-32 for the Penguins, the scoring chances, the high danger scoring chances were pretty even, actually. 13-11, as Mike Sullivan also said, they gave away a lot more high quality chances than they wanted to. That also comes down to mistakes. Kasperi Kapanen on the second goal of the game really just did a drive-by. He didn't come down and defend his man who scored the goal. There were 4 Canadiens. Again, I talk about the packs of 5. There were 4 Canadiens that went low in the zone, but only 3 Penguins defenders. Well, guess who scored the goal? That 4th white jersey. Those are the sorts of things that Montreal did. And the Penguins are usually pretty good at that. At least when they're on their toes, there's more Penguins around the puck than there are opponents, but Montreal flipped the script on them Saturday night. It's a little bit concerning that a few of the Penguins players really didn't have great games. Look, it happens from time to time. As you see Sidney Crosby getting his steam. He and Evan Rodriguez, I thought, were really good, especially in the third period. Rodriguez led all players with 12 shots. But on the backside, I wanted to see more from the Penguins defensemen. Chris Letang had a few turnovers or mistakes, kind of not getting his foot in front of that pass from Sidney Crosby that became the Jonathan Drouin breakaway goal. I thought he assumed a little bit too much on that play, did Letang. Just assumed he could settle it. And when the saucer pass fell short and bounced, and he just he missed, and off went Drouin. There were a couple other turnovers as well from Letang. There were there were some really good performances. You have to like what you see from Evan Rodriguez. You have to like how Jason Zucker is playing this season, and Marcus Pettersson as well. Pettersson was jumping in to the offensive zone. He's really noticeably pushing to do that. But when you get outnumbered in crucial situations and make a few mistakes, that's what happens. Casey DeSmith was average. He was good enough. I think fine would be the appropriate grade there. All right, we're over 5 minutes. We need a whistle. We need to get out of the box. From PPG Paints Arena, we'll do a live chat, perhaps, Monday night after Calgary. I just realized that's going to be a late game. We'll see how things go. We'll see how you're feeling on Monday night. Maybe we'll do another live post game. But the Penguins now embark on that 5-game road trip, which begins in Calgary, goes through Western Canada, Seattle, and D.C. before they come back home. We'll talk to you soon. I'm Dan Kingerski for Pittsburgh Hockey Now.